about exploitation, and he also proposes solutions for all the problems. So I'm going to invite Mike to speak with all of us.
Kia ora everyone, and welcome to this gathering tonight. I'm pleased to be part of this gathering as Unite Union and as a spokesperson for Unite Union. We have been on a campaign around trying to resolve what has become the migrant labour crisis in this country over the last several months, and trying to figure out the solution that we need. New Zealand became a society utterly dependent on people on temporary visas. Over 300,000 people at pre-COVID, over 300,000 people were in New Zealand on some form of temporary visa. In the year 2000, 2 decades ago, 40,000 people a year were coming in on some form of temporary visa. 40,000 were coming in as permanent residents each year, and 40,000 were coming in as students. 40, 40, 40 in the year 2000. In the year 2020, 40,000 students had trebled to 120,000 students. 40,000 workers had sextupled, whatever, 6 times. 240,000 temporary visas issued in the year 2020, and permanent resident numbers stayed exactly the same.
Shame.
40,000 a year. They were bringing people here on a lie. When they brought people here in the year 2000, you had a chance of transitioning from one of those work visas or one of those student visas to permanent residencies, or a reasonable chance that you would be able to do so. 20 years later, it was almost impossible for anyone to transition from an ordinary work visa or student visa to permanent residency. So you were told a lie in order to come here, and you paid tens of thousands of dollars. You got your families paying and mortgaging and borrowing the money to bring you here on a lie that you were told by my government. A lie you were told by the Government Department, Immigration New Zealand, that encouraged you to come here. It is to my shame that we have created this situation and allowed this situation to be where 15% of all workers in New Zealand were on a temporary visa, and they had no hope of transitioning to residency. No hope at all. And the employers, this had become a drug of choice for the employers. The more they got, the more they wanted, the more they needed. But no opportunity of being able to have your full rights. You can't have your full rights as a worker without being able to transition to residency. You can't have your full rights as a worker so long as you're bonded to some employer who is sponsoring you. You are their slave in many ways. You must, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir, I want to keep my visa sir. That is no situation for people to be kept in year after year, decade after decade. Now, we've had people here a decade renewing their visas, their children are born here. We have an opportunity now to fix it. You see, COVID actually has given us a chance to fix it, because we will never be bringing in 250,000 people on temporary visas a year, ever again. And the ones who are here, who were lied to, cheated, had their money taken off them by the Government of New Zealand and its Immigration Department, tens of thousands of dollars, renewing these visas year after year after year on the lie that one day you could transition. The government has to say to these people in New Zealand, it's a chance, we will not send you home. We will live up to the promise we made to you in UK. We will transition you to permanent residency like we promised, and we will allow your family to join you. And the ones who are stuck overseas, who went home temporarily, who had already made New Zealand their home, they too should have the right to come back and be reunited with their homes and their families in this country. Pathways to residency, everyone who has made New Zealand their home and wants to keep New Zealand as their home. Kia ora.
Thank you.
Kia ora, Mike. Thank you. Like I said, yeah, Mike writes extensively. So, some of his flyers, his fresh, hot off the press, just minutes before we came here. Up there is his most recent flyer, his article. Search him up on Google, you'll find lots and lots of pieces he's written.